my wife Kim says, for the first 10 minutes I'm home, I never say anything positive. It's just everything's negative, finding flaws with everybody and everything.
Now she sees that and she says that, but do you see it now yourself? It sounds like you are.
I see it now, but at that point in time, it's like you're saying it's all negative, but somebody did take my parking spot. The garbage cans didn't take it in.
It's all true.
So
it's all true,
you feel
exactly.
justified.
Yes, I do.
In a certain way, you feel a little bit, maybe, don't we all sometimes feel a little bit righteous? Like, you didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and here I was feeling so good, and now you've ruined it. And so all of a sudden, they've become your enemy. These people who you actually love more than anybody else in the world. You've come in the door, and you've lost the ability to actually see them because you've built up this, and for all these good reasons, right?
It's about the way it should be as opposed to the way it actually is.
I figure I put in my 8 hours of work. Let's do
What is going on? Total chaos and pandemonium in my house.
And it doesn't mean that later on you might not have a family meeting where you actually talk about the real issues that are bothering you. And you see, if you have that in place, if you know you're actually going to get a chance to really talk about those real things, you don't have to actually deal with it in that moment.
But there's another element here too, and that is that when push comes to shove, would you actually have it any other way? If you have little children and you have toys all over the yard, you can see that in a lot of different ways. It's just part of that stage of life. If the garbage can's not taken in, is that actually such a big deal? If there are, shoes around and stuff like that, yes, there's a lot of chaos, but if you begin to think about what's most important in your life, do those things even show up on the radar screen?
No.
One by one? No, they don't.
No.
But when we walk in the door, they so take over our minds and in our bodies too, because we have this strong emotional reaction around it, that the important things just slip right off the radar screen, and we might spend 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, or maybe the whole night, being really annoyed or negative or angry, and think that it's all, as Mila's saying, because everybody else is not pulling their weight or doing what they're supposed to be doing in the family.
I do feel like that sometimes.
Yeah. And so this is a wonderful opportunity. See, these are great moments to stop. And that's where mindfulness can be so powerfully healing.